Guys, I'm kind of dumbfounded, because it seems like, and this has always been with the media. um they kind of like whatever the mainstream media, whoever they say deserves empathy and can say any, like the people that media gives empathy to, they can say whatever they want and their issues important and everything like that. And then with us, it's like we can be treated, however, like on like the internet thing, how they're censoring things. Like if somebody gets on my comment section, and says a bunch of cuss words and calls me crazy or tinfoil hat wearing guy, or just totally insults us, like YouTube's not gonna take their account down. It's like, people are allowed to go after us, and to vilify us, but some people that the media has deemed untouchable, and they're, what's going on with them is untouchable. You cannot question it. And if you do, you are a monster and a conspiracy theorist. If anybody says anything to them or makes a video about them, they take it down. Like if somebody made a video today about how crazy I am and just how targeted individuals, that's all a lie, and directed energy weapon, oh, these people are crazy, YouTube wouldn't do anything about it. So I find that very scary, the type of censorship, because it seems to be bolstering agendas that are going on from the top down, which is, we're seeing 1984 happen in a lot of ways, not just our situation. It's more than just concerning, and I know you guys feel this too. I know because I see y'all's videos. Just any target individual speaking out about this, making videos, doing protests, initiatives, doing conference calls, just whatever you're doing, you're heroes. Even just target individuals just making it through this, you're heroes too. If you're still here and just trying to live a happy life, you are heroes. We are heroes to be going through this. Just let's pray for each other, guys. Send prayers and love, and just try and help each other, and just try and get as much. And I'm telling myself this too. I'm very agitated, and it seems like this is just a war every day. I get up and it's just dodge the, well, I mean, you can't really dodge the directed energy weapon hits, but it's always dealing with it. And I have to climb into my Faraday bunker at night and listen to the CD, and it's wearing me down. It's taking its toll. But the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing. So we've just got to reach in. Julia, on her calls, she also, I don't have her numbers with me. She has a prayer call every night of the week, and it's for Christian TIs, just target individuals, for anybody who wants to go. But she often says, we've got to, we've got to really reach for that spirit man inside of ourselves, that spirit part of us, because sometimes our flesh is really weak, and this is awful. I mean, and the torture is so awful, that sometimes our flesh just fails us no matter how strong we are. Just trying to think if there's anything else. Just been really isolated lately, guys. Playing video games and trying to keep my mind off of this, trying to get things taken care of that I need to get taken care of. I hope all you guys out there are getting through this, finding ways to defend. I'm still going to do some videos kind of going into the 4 layers of defense that I was talking about. And I'm still going for that diffusion tensor imaging. I'm going to talk to my neurologist this month. That's scheduled very soon, to see how he can help me out with that. Now, if some of you, like, please, if you're a target individual who has a close relationship with your neurologist, do this with me. If you want to wait to see how it goes with me, and so I can, because I am going to give the details of it. I don't give a shit about letting my perpetrators know, what I'm doing or whatever, because if they know and they can stop me somehow, or this doctor will go along with, not giving me the right test or covering it up, then it didn't work. Then I'm going to have to try something else. So I just, you know, I'm gonna give everybody details, because if we don't all do something and only one target individual does it, it's no use anyway. So I will be, when I'm going through that, I will be giving you all the details of that so y'all can go do it yourselves. And I really want us to think about, I know we've talked about this on calls, and I think people have maybe talked about it on some videos, that, you know, not just the diffusion tensor imaging scan, that MRI that the State Department workers got, we need to go ahead and parallel this with that to get some hardcore medical evidence of specific physical damage that does relate to microwaves, to microwave hearing, electromagnetic fields. But I think that, you know, and targetedjustice.com has, I think, listed a lot of blood panel tests that do prove that something is happening, because, like, your red blood cells stack up when you're being hit with electromagnetic, you know, microwave radiation, non-ionizing microwave radiation. So, you know, my idea, and I think people have talked about this, but, you know, that's already just two off the top of my head. If this diffusion tensor imaging test, you know, if that imaging is successful, and it does, you know, and it's, you know, it should be, because I'm getting microwave hearing. I'm getting microwave hearing, V2K. You know, my brain is, when they're shooting that stream of energy, my brain tissue is expanding and then, you know, sending the signals down to my ear. So it should show, because I'm getting what the State Department workers are getting. I'm probably getting a lot more. As, you know, the target individuals that I talk to, they're getting hit a lot. Well, I don't know if a lot worse, but they're getting a lot of different stuff too that they're hit with. But the test should show that. It should line up with damage to the white matter tracks. But just from that test, hopefully that will be successful. A lot of us can go and get that test and have that physical damage evidence. Then I can already think of the test on the blood. I don't know the specific test, but where your red blood cells stack up, that's another test. And then maybe get like 3 or 4 other tests, where if we have a panel of those tests, I mean, it's just going to be good evidence to add in to, like, you know, because I've signed up with Targeted Justice. I'm gonna try and help them more, but I'm really just trying to, you know, get my energy levels up and get my shit together, you know, and you know, do as much activism as I can. But if we get those tests, it might be, you know, we're gonna have other evidence too, you know, like frequencies, and I'm gonna be trying to, like, other people have gotten some V2K recorded, but it's hard to tell. It's not very clear. So, you know, what I feel like with the frequency, like the frequency evidence and the meter reads, that's solid evidence. It's solid evidence, no doubt. Objectively good, solid evidence. I feel like, though, with the public and police and everything like that, you know, they can say, well, I don't understand that, or something like that. It seems like physical damage, medical physical damage, and you know, connecting that up to things that have already been proven, like with the State Department workers. And then if we have 5 or 6 tests, that all are from, like, what would happen if you got hit by a microwave, or if you're being hit with non-ionizing microwave radiation. You know, maybe one test, like the blood stacks up, and the doctor could say, well, it could be from this or that. But all 6 of those tests together would prove more of what we're saying. So I'm going to kind of work on that and see what kind of other tests out there, but mainly try and see if this is successful. You know, what my neurologist thinks, what my psychiatrist thinks, you know, see where this goes, and then we can add that to another panel of tests. I feel like that is, my instincts are saying that is, if we slam that in people's faces, the medical, physical, concrete evidence of our, you know, of our brains, our bodies, our blood cells, you know, DNA being affected by electromagnetic fields. They can't just say, oh, well, this could be this or that, you know. So we really, you know, that's something that I think a lot of target individuals are working on, that, just different tests. We need to pull that together. And so I think that's going to come. That's coming, and I'm going to be working on that too. I'm really just having trouble like rolling on with what I wanted to make the video about. But I hope I got everything in there. All that really it emotionally hit me, that directed dream. It was actually completely an artificial dream. None of it was from me, and they had actually worked on that. And then in conjunction with V2K, it was shocking. It was so over the line, and they do stuff that's over the line a lot. Like, and I know that all you target individuals will understand that. They do stuff that's over the line, but this is a very, very special person to me, and it did make my heart sink. But my second reaction to it was that X-Men movie where he's like, just don't kick him in the balls, he's going to take it personal. And lately, I've been just trying to not get along with my attackers, but ignore them and just get along with life. And I'm like, okay, well, this is going on. We got to do activism, and so. I'm trying not to get emotional about anything, but that's a good thing and a bad thing, because it's like I'm not getting just enraged to where I can't control myself, but I'm lethargic and just like, wow, I'm out of energy. That what they did last night, that set a fire under my ass. These people are really, really evil, really sets a fire under my ass just when I'm on a call, and these women. These men and women who are really good and really special, are going through this, and nobody's listening to us, and their families aren't listening to them. Some families are listening. More and more people are listening. There is hope there. So I don't want to downplay any of that, but it really lights up this whole thing, this whole thing. But that specifically, that artificial dream, the people behind this, the shift workers, because I know there's automation. I don't really want to talk about that on this video and go into that, but they got something that's missing. Like they're missing human empathy. They're missing things from their brain, and they don't see a line. They're hired to do this. They connect with these third-party contractors who are getting money from the DOD and DIA and the Air Force. They get people. They get that profile to do this. People who could not give a crap and don't know where the line is. They don't know of any line. Like that, what they did to me, like in that dream, somebody I really cared about, showing them in that position, it was just like, no big deal. It's supposed to. We're supposed to psych them out while we're torturing them to death. So they're missing their humanity, and I think we all know that. I mean, all target individuals do know that. Non-target individuals, you need to know that. You need to know that there are people in society who they're just told to do something, and it's cool technology, and they're kind of looking at a screen or something like that, and they could give a crap. Their mission is to destroy that person and to make them look crazy, and they could give a crap. They don't have empathy. They don't care who the person is. It's just their mission. It's what they're making money for. I think some of them maybe enjoy it more than others. But all right, guys. I hope it wasn't too depressing. This is depressing stuff, and I know we're all just trying to get through it the best we can. I just want to, I guess also I'm getting it towards the end of the video, but just all the work that Ella Free is doing with her interviews on her radio show and her talk show calls. She's been doing a bunch of talk show calls and getting people interested in the calls, and she really cares and works with targeted individuals off the calls. I just want to give a shout out to her, and let her know that she's really appreciated by a lot of target individuals, and probably everybody in her life. She's really appreciated. I just want to give a shout out towards the end of the video, because she does a lot of hard work. And she's always helping target individuals. She takes a lot of weight on her, even though she's dealing with her own stresses and her own targeting. So I do want to just say that towards the end of the video. Go to freedomfortargeted.org, and then she probably has links to some of her other. I think she came out with a new website, but I cannot remember the name. Has something to do with whistleblowers. But I'm getting to 30 minutes, guys. But go to freedomfortargetindividuals.org. You can find out more information about her radio show and her other websites on there. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're making it through this. I love y'all. Guys behind us, keep going, guys.